Jan, welcome on the 11th of September in the stream of HonklerHangout. My name is Liberlander Yoshi Livo. I'm streaming 20 miles out of Liberland. And today we have a 9/11 memorial special stream. That's why I have invited a variety of different guests. And one of the people is you. You came onto my radar approximately 6 weeks ago when I was hosting the Bitcoin Cash anniversary stream set up by George Donnelly, who was also our guest already today. And you are the developer of a refund token, and that's why that's what we are going to talk about today. But before we get into refund, I would like to ask you, because we are having a 9/11 special, what did you do 19 years ago around this time?
Okay, hello everybody. Yoshi, thanks a lot for having me with you,
Right.
and we appreciate all of you, all the audience. Well, on 9/11, 19 years ago, I was working, and that day, I will be honest, I took my day off because what I have seen that day on TV, I thought that it was like some action movie or like a terror movie. I remember there was one movie from that was action movie with Denzel Washington from 1999, and I was thinking, is it coming for real? Because I couldn't believe my eyes.
Yeah.
What happened that day?
Yeah.
And it was really, what I can tell you is, maybe it was one of the most important historic events of our lives back then.
Absolutely. I agree with that for sure. It had a massive impact on our lives in the years that came later. And for me personally, it has been one of the reasons to think about a new country like Liberland.
Yeah. So there was this sorry, I didn't get it because the connection got lost. But back then it was a very important historic event, and for me it was shocking. It was shocking, and from that moment I also realized that it was going to have a strong economic impact on all the world, and it did actually.
Absolutely. Yeah, and let me ask you, Jan.
That was the.
Sorry, go ahead, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you. We have a little bit of a lag. And now I seem to have lost Jan. Uh-oh. Seems like he went offline. Let me ask him where he is located. Great to have Jan speaking, says Eldorado. Well, he might be speaking, but we cannot hear him. It seems like the connection got lost. I do not see.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Jan, you're back. You got disconnected, my friend.
Yeah.
Where are you located at the moment?
I'm located in Mexico.
Okay, okay. How is your internet in general? Is it okay? Is it stable?
Yeah, it's been a little bit shaky, the Wi-Fi connection.
Okay,
which is unfortunate because it usually is pretty good.
Let me not hold you up. Let me give the floor right back to you. We were talking about your experience of 9/11 back in 2001.
So that was the thing. It was very strange, and the economic impacts were felt immediately in our country very soon. And what I want to tell you is, besides United States and all the other countries, Mexico was one of the most affected countries because we have a strong economic ties with the United States. So imagine that few days later, the border was completely shut down, was closed. So there was no international trade. There were no exports, imports. It was affecting heavily our country. So basically, that was something that happened back then.
One of the other questions I always like to ask to the people, because when I started to invest in Bitcoin, people called me a conspiracy theorist because I was telling them that central banks were privately owned. And of course, 9/11 also has its own conspiracies. One of them is the official narrative of the government that tells us that a bearded man from a cave worked together with some Saudis and flew a couple of airplanes in the building. Are you willing to give your take on what happened that day? What do you believe? Do you believe the explanation of the United States government, or do you have a different vision on that?
I will tell you something. I have to respect also a little bit stance of our refund token, because we don't want too much to make much the political point of views.
Okay.
But what I can tell you is that what I noticed in mass media, after they recognized the recession, they started to blame 9/11 as a triggering event, and that recession has been caused 1 year or a few years before, because the real estate market, stock market, everything has been overvalued. And this is something similar happening today. Many people think that the stocks fell because of COVID, but this is not because of COVID. This is the COVID was like when the bubble was punched. Okay, so
Yes.
the same I think they are doing with 9/11.
Yeah. Well, I will respect your tying with the refund token and the fact that you are trying to not rock the boat of anybody. So, without further ado, by the way, I have to tell you that there is some background noise. I don't know if your neighbors are having fun with something, or if they are. I hear some. There is some noise, but never mind.
Unfortunately, they have the custom to build and repair the house all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, then at least we know now what we are hearing.
Yeah.
You are still. We can hear you loud and clear. So we were just thinking. The chat was thinking that you were having a guest on your door that was knocking, that you had to open it. So now everybody knows.
I'm terribly sorry. They do it usually, and they love to do it on Saturday morning, on Sunday morning. So that's the way it is.
That's how it is. We have to live with it. We have to live with it.
Yeah, we have to deal with it.
Jan, let me ask you about the refund token, because the first time we spoke about it is approximately 6 weeks ago. With me, the first time that I heard about your token. I have found a Telegram group which is incredibly active, that refunds are splashed around every time I go there. It seems like a great community. Can you give us a small introduction on refund?
Okay, I will tell you how it was born. Let me tell you something. I'm going to explain you how I got into crypto world.
All right.
I think I first heard the word Bitcoin in 2010, 2011, and it immediately started to draw my attention. However, I just have seen it in some newspapers, and I was not paying much to the attention. However, in 2018, I decided to buy some cryptos, and I also start to work on a trend. I had good experiences, and I also learned a lot from my own mistakes. Now, in 2020, in February, I started to see that my investment, my pension fund started to plunge. So I was thinking back then, if they do it really that bad, we should propose some new alternative, some new way where people could be earning honest and decent dividends or rewards. So that was the idea how the refund token was born. It was born on February 25th, and it started with very low investment. Investment of around $6. Imagine, and now it started to grow every time more and more and more. I will basically explain what is refund. Refund is
Maybe before you do that, Jan, because there is a timer always running in my stream, which is close to getting there. I would
yes,
like to
I
ask
see.
you, in Mexico, is it mandatory to save in a pension fund that the government has whitelisted, or can you just because in Netherlands, I'm born in Netherlands, and basically if you work with the government, you have to invest in their pension fund, kind of.
The pension funds are run by private companies that are called Afores, but these pension funds are invested in many different assets, and these assets are tied to stocks, and they have not had a good performance in the last 2 years. So people, for example, if I work for a company, I'm supposed to have a social insurance, and one part of that social insurance is directly sent to the Afore that we can choose. We can choose those companies, and we can move our funds. I don't remember if it is once or twice a year, basically. And they give you around 5% per year of the yields, 4 or 5%. However, these funds are low because the inflation, the real inflation for the people of the third age, I'm still young, but I will be 60 something in 20 years.
Let's hope, Jan. Let's hope. Eh?
These investments are pretty are not enough with that inflation, because the inflation for the elderly is around 12%. Yeah. So people instead of earning a positive yield, their money is losing value.
Yeah.
And the inflation that is reported all around the world in many countries is always lower than the real inflation is. This inflation is always manipulated.
Absolutely. Yeah. I always say, I like to make the comment that inflation numbers are just like COVID numbers. They go everywhere. They can just be whatever you want them to be, basically. And then you don't report a couple of COVID cases, and you report them a little bit later. And, so same with inflation. I believe that, for example, they can just say food has been inflated, but one year they buy expensive papayas, and the next year they buy some cheap grapes, and it's still food. So
it is being done with one simple purpose, because if you report lower inflation, you have higher GDP, the higher economic growth. That's why they manipulate these numbers. Well, that was the idea behind the pension funds. So basically, we started on Memo Cash to start to sell RFND, and all these Bitcoin Cash that we get, we invest them into different cryptos.
I want to hear about it, but in 1 minute, because we have a raffle happening, Jan. Every 20 minutes on HonklerHangout, we give away cryptos. I can tell you that you are not yet on my wheel, but I think today we should manage to get something done, so I'm going to give away your crypto as well. But for now, I have a total of 10 participants. I'm going to switch the screen for a second. Here we go. 10 participants this round. Good luck to all 10. I'm going to pick a winner. Let's see who won it this time. Strider, your first win. Congratulations, my friend. I'm gonna write you down on my list. Strider, make sure that if you win a prize in my raffle, or in the HonklerHangout raffle, to send me your public keys in a Twitch whisper. All prizes will be paid out before the next stream starts. And with all that being said, I'm gonna spin the wheel for Strider. Good luck to you, my friend. Let's see what you won. 50 spies with a multiplier of, that was a one-time multiplier. 50 spies times 1 is not too much. Times 5, 250 spies to Strider. Congratulations. Let's go back to Jan. Here we go.
Let me tell you, Spice is a very good cryptocurrency because it has a very strong basis to rise in the next weeks.
Well, but
So
that's
people
maybe
are
also
going.
because it's been down a little bit, right? But okay. Spice is indeed a very nice one. We have had Spice Toshi on our stream back in June one day. So I'm sure that we will hear more from Spice. Also, Spice Queen has been visiting us already. So, um, but we're not here for Spice today, Jan. I want to know about refund.
Correct. Correct.
Let me hear it.
Okay. So RFND is basically investing all this Bitcoin Cash into different cryptos, and all these profits are brought back to RFND community, and this is something that we calculate the RFND price. I will tell you, we started with 0.18 Satoshi per refund in February, and now it's around 2 Satoshi.
That's already
So
a 10 times increase.
We brought 10 time increase in the price versus Bitcoin Cash, and we have been paying in fourth occasion the Bitcoin Cash rewards.
Yeah, because
Yesterday, 2 days ago, we have paid the fourth Bitcoin Cash reward. So it was around, we paid 3.58 Bitcoin Cash to all the community. So we reached the target, and I'm very happy that we are growing as a community and as a new alternative for any crypto holder.
Refund token refunds their holders with Bitcoin Cash.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
how does that work? Where is that Bitcoin Cash coming from?
The Bitcoin Cash is coming from the profits. For example, I invested into any. I will tell you where our Bitcoin Cash is allocated. The Bitcoin Cash is allocated in the same Bitcoin Cash, in SLP tokens, in ERC20 tokens, and in the same Bitcoin, and also in the stable coins.
Okay. So whenever you think the price of crypto is going down, you're gonna have more stable coins. Whenever you think Spice is going up, then you're gonna allocate a little bit to Spice. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have to monitor the market 24/7.
Yeah.
Or at least 17/7, because
So you are kind of a fund manager for the token holders.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I guess that since February, you told me you started in February. You have been doing quite well. If this is the fourth time and you have been handing out almost 4 Bitcoin Cash last rounds, how often do you make these payments?
Every 2 months. Every 2 months we do them on September 9th. The next is scheduled on November 9th.
Okay.
The minimum requirement to be entitled for the payment of these Bitcoin Cash rewards is 50,000 RFND.
Okay. So if I hand out prizes to people in the stream, it should be something like a minimum of 50,000, and they become eligible to receive money on that, the cashback on that as well.
Exactly. Okay. Now, I want to tell you something. We have planned to convert this revenue mechanism to staking up. I will be informing the community about it at the end of September.
Okay, which is in
there will be several. We won't basically.
It's 11 September today for if you watch the video back later. But okay.
Yeah. So we want basically to update the staking up to improve the automation. Okay. Because and we want to go also on exchange in the Q4.
Very good. Do you have,
that is basically the idea.
Do you have any exchange in mind already?
We have in mind the exchange of D token, which is going to substitute Cryptophil or CoinEx. We have to explore all these opportunities. There is going to be a new SLP swap exchange. They are already issuing tokens that are called Sweet. So we are going to explore also this possibility.
Great, sounds good. So there is an exchange coming, because right now it's just Mimo.cash. Mimo.cash, of course, does not have the order book. You can only list your tokens, but then still people can buy at any price. There is no order in which orders, or there is no order in which offers have to be taken. So it's not a real exchange. It's more like a marketplace.
Exactly.
But yeah, Mimo.cash. So what is your how many of those orders get filled on a daily basis? I believe there is 100 billion refund tokens. 999,999. I say 100 billion to make it easier.
And actually, it's 10 billion lower. We have decreased the circulating supply from 99.99 billion to 89.99. So, and we will be decreasing this supply to 55 billion 555 million.
All right.
I like number 5.
All right. Better than the 6. Better than the 6.
This is going to be in 3 years the total monetary supply of RFND token.
And can you tell me how much of these tokens are in circulation today? What is? Do you have some numbers on that? Because you just paid, so you should know, I guess.
Yeah. At this moment, there are approximately 2.7 billion of tokens. So it's approximately less than 3% of the total supply.
Okay, and that is mostly people buying it on Mimo.cash, or it is you building your community? Because
it is there are 2 options to get them. People can buy them, or people can earn them on the on the Telegram groups. Okay, so, and we have one special group that is called RFND Outreach, where when people share some tweets, some posts, not only of ours but also of other SLP tokens or from Uptrend, they get rewarded from that, because we believe that people should have also this opportunity to earn them for free. Well, not for free, because they are also doing their effort.
And what kind of people what are you looking for when people join? Is it just writing in your Telegram channel, or do they make videos, or do they write articles, or what is it that you are?
In our Telegram groups, they are different kind of people. They are our supporters. They are people who want to earn tokens. They are also people who want to have fun. That's why we host, for example, these parties. The RFND parties, do you remember them?
That was a crazy one. You could not even see your own chat back, because so many people were spamming the chat.
It was the second party that we did. We did it with some SLP tokens, with Honks, with Spice, with RNew, Zap, in those both occasions, and people liked it. So we did a second edition.
And this was I joined the second edition.
Yeah, you joined the second edition, and we will do the third edition at the end of September.
That's great. So my birthday is 29th. I will get a birthday present from the refunders.
That's a nice. That's a good. It's on Saturday.
I believe it's a Tuesday this year. I'm not sure.
It's on Tuesday.
I can check it.
Okay. It's on Tuesday. It's on Tuesday.
Let me check. Let me double check.
Let's do the party on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday. Yeah, it's a Tuesday.
Yeah. In Mexico, we are kind of like party animals. We like to celebrate a lot of things. Our nation is known for that.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to tell every person I was not born in Mexico. I was born in Czechoslovakia. Well, now it's called Czech Republic and Slovakia. And I moved to Mexico in 1994, so I have been living here for some years, for 26 years, more or less.
Sorry for that message in between. I shouldn't do that. Yeah, I was looking into the explanation of how you are paying out those people, and to be honest, your YouTube video that I saw, that is the YouTube video that is referred to in the coin description of the SLP token. It gave me more questions than I got answers, because I was like, it wasn't clear to me how these payouts were happening. If I'm correct, it's all manual, right? You are doing this by hand.
We're still in manual part, and we want, by the staking app, we want to convert it into something automated.
So you are a developer as well? You are going to develop something like that?
No, let me tell you something. I'm not a developer. I'm just the CEO of this company. The development, I basically chose the SLP platform because it was the easiest way for me to create the RFND token. And something that I like about SLP tokens and all this community related to Bitcoin Cash is that the fees are very affordable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fees per transactions. If you compare them with Ethereum gas fees, we are paying less than 1% of those fees.
Yeah. Especially last couple of weeks, it's been going crazy.
Imagine for one transaction of from Ethereum wallet, there was like 2 weeks ago, I had to pay $26.
Yeah.
So this has been getting wild. Maybe yesterday it was 4 or 6, I don't know, but I think we have a very good platform, very good upgrade. We're very good IT platform, I mean.
We are now touching a point that I regularly talk about on the stream, which is the fact that what I believe in is that not one blockchain is really ready to take on the entire world economy, because the entire world economy is so incredibly complex. And you will see that, today there are thousands of ERC20 projects and just a handful of SLP projects. So this also explains, of course, a little bit the difference in fees. And I'm really, I'm not nervous. I'm not a nervous person, but I'm really curious to see what will happen once BCH will be used more and where the fees will be going then. But you are absolutely right. Today, it makes much more sense. Actually, I have been successful in getting a couple of people to change their entire project to SLP token because of the fees. Because every time when they did we want to tip somebody, but then the tip that they give is worth less than the fee that they have to pay, and that makes the transaction economically completely insane, or
exactly.
So yeah.
Now, Yoshi, I want to tell you something. The second part of the second mission, or the second part of the mission, is that we want to bring union between cryptos, among SLP tokens and also with other platforms. Something that has been proliferating or increasing in the crypto world is a negative attitude that is called crypto tribalism. It's like when a lot of people say my coin is the best,
100% agree.
and yours is a shit coin, how they call it popularly.
Yeah.
So I think if we really want that cryptos got into mass adoption, we have to be united. That's my idea.
We can shake hands, digital hands, because I also, the way how I see it is that we are trying to propose to bring a different monetary system to the world. And just like I said, one blockchain is not sufficient for the entire world. It's simply too complicated. All of the economy happening is too complicated. So I also regret a lot the the fact that there are so many maximalists that only see their coin as the solution, and don't leave room for other people to bring their
Exactly.
solution. And yeah, it's
We have to be extremely careful with that. I will tell you something. If we have, for example, investment in Honk or in Spice, it is the best. It is in our best interest that these coins or these projects thrive,
yeah, absolutely.
that they increase, that they get better, and we also offer them support through our, for example, outreach group. This is in our best interest, and the same I wish for all the Ethereum-based projects.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And the group that we have today is so incredibly small. I mean, how much people would there be? Like, let's just say less than 1% of humanity knows about crypto today. Most of them don't even understand their fiat money system, let alone crypto. And then within crypto, they most likely only know about Bitcoin, and then it's we are fighting. We are, like I said, trying to bring a new monetary system. Our opponent, the central banks, they
Exactly.
can work together so incredibly well. They have had hundreds of years of practice with that, and well, it's a oiled machine, right? It runs smooth, and they know who to pay and how much to pay, and they can get things done. Uh, Us, on the other hand, the crypto community, we are in our early days. We are making so many mistakes and have to find out. And it's a shame to see that people let their, I always call it the ego, be so big that basically, yeah, it's difficult for us to bring a positive message, because within our own group we cannot even agree with each other, right? So I
I
really agree with what you're saying here, Jan. I like your vision.
I want to let you know about this stuff with central banks. As you have seen, with this COVID, a terrible economic crisis started, and it strongly hit most of the countries already. And a lot of people have believed that after this COVID is get under control, that the things are going to get better. But I actually don't think it's the same, because I think now even the stronger effects of this crisis are going to be felt in the next months.
Yeah.
Be-
Personally, I think it will happen just before the 3rd of November. That is my I don't wear a tinfoil hat anymore, by the way. I changed it to this beautiful hair. I personally think that it will happen just before the elections in the United States on the 3rd of November. So
it's
that
possible.
is definitely
It's quite
the narrative of Honkler Hangout that you're again speaking out, Jan. So you are very in line with everything that is going on right here.
I want to tell you something. If you analyze the stock market has increased in the last month. And there is one very interesting documentary or very interesting YouTube talk show that is done by Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote the book
Or
Rich Dad and Poor
yeah.
Dad. And he has his radio channel. I really recommend it to everybody. And he basically reveals what the current state of economy is, and you learn what is behind all of that.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, we here on Honkler Hangout, I regularly show movies that have a kind of different approach to the reality as what the television is telling you. But you told me earlier that you like to stay as neutral as possible. So let's skip that subject in that way with respect to your community. Um,
But talking about economy and about the stock exchange, I agree with that. We can commend that because an important move in the markets is going to happen in the next months, and we have to get ready for that, all
Absolutely,
of
yeah.
us.
So in that way, are you now loaded up on stable coins then, Jan?
I will tell you something. We have all the Bitcoin Cash is that we raise is being allocated, and stablecoins is around 20% of our funds.
Okay. Okay.
So not everything is ruled by the stablecoins. We have to just keep moving the assets from one to another to ensure that the RFNDN holders get a fair profit, basically.
Well, it's all on your shoulders. Do you sleep well with that? Let me ask it different. How much money today do you have under is under you? How much do you manage for your clients?
Approximately 1 Bitcoin is already in all our assets.
All right.
So we have basically, but we have to keep an eye on all of that. And there is something I will tell you. There is something that I have to accept. Do you know what is the most difficult thing for many traders?
Tell me.
To accept losses.
All right. I can agree with that.
Many traders lose money because they don't want to lose, and they are so stubborn. For example, to hold euro or to hold Bitcoin or to hold any other coin, and they can, because of that of being stubborn, they lose a lot of money. So I prefer to recognize when we do certain bad move, and you just have to get out of there while it's still safe.
I always like to what I call double down, and then for example, if my Bitcoin Cash go down, I just try to invest them with SLP tokens, and then make profit in that market. And Jan, I'm gonna interrupt the interview once again because another 20 minutes have passed, and we're gonna do another raffle. That is the best return on investment, everybody, because it's 100% profit if you win them. Let me check. I'm gonna pick a winner out of a total of 9 participants. Good luck to all 9. Here we go. And I want to say to Psychonaut Trip, we don't have a link yet to the refund webpage, but it will be on before the next stream, I guess. Point 1G, congratulations. Second win of the day. Let's see what you won this time. I'm gonna spin the wheel for you. Yeah, congrats. Here it goes. 400 renew cash with a multiplier of 5 makes a total of 2000 renew. Not a bad price at all. Renew cash. Another nice project. Absolutely. I have good contact with those guys, and they are also, trying to reach out to people that usually don't really look at crypto. And what I hear from you, Jan, is that you are also kind of trying to do that by going into the pension fund. Let me ask you the question: how do you try to attract more people? Are you fishing in the existing crypto community, or do you have some kind of a program where you try to I don't know, you go to businesses maybe, or unions, or is there something that you do to attract more people?
I will tell you what we do. One thing was the promotion. For example, now at this moment we have if any person buys RFND on Memo Cash, they get 25% RFND for free. But this is only for 5 days until September 15. But what I have noticed that you have to spread the word of mouth. So we started to write articles, and we started to publish them on Uptrend, on Read.cash, and tweet them, and suddenly people started to invest into us, into Refund. So something that I was discussing yesterday with George Donnelly. Is I remember that Bitcoin Cash marathon that you were hosting, that you were participating in. Bitcoin Cash wants to reach more mass adoption, and something that I was proposing them is that also people from Ethereum-based community can become part of SLP community, because most of the investments are into Refund are coming from Ethereum-based communities. So this is another strategy that we should be definitely, as a Bitcoin Cash or SLP community, we should be focusing on, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially when the fees are so high. That is a thing that you can point out to them. Like, if you have a ERC20 project, what stops you from creating SLP token, right? And then you just have two tokens, and you can use whatever fee is the lowest.
Can I tell you something? There is already one project that is called SideShift. They have the SAI token, and they have both platforms. They have SAI in Ethereum, in ERC20, and they have SAI in SLP. So that's another possibility. I also recommend to people, because of those high fees, if they want to hold their ERC20 tokens, they can do business and with them, and if they exchange them, what I strongly recommend to people is that they should convert them, the profits from Bitcoin or Ethereum, to Bitcoin Cash and send them to their wallet in order to exchange them, for example, for their fiat, if they need those, if they need to exchange cryptos, for example.
Can you say that again? Sorry?
Because Bitcoin, for example, if someone holds ERC20 tokens, okay, they transfer them to exchange, okay? They will transfer it to Bitcoin or Ethereum. Then they can also transfer that Ethereum to Bitcoin Cash and convert it into their US dollars, euros, or any other fiat, because they will save money on the fees.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you one example. Yesterday I saw on Probit Global, if you exchange one token and you want to withdraw, you have to pay $4 if you transfer it in Ethereum, but you have to pay only 3 cents in Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah.
That's a big difference,
huge,
in my opinion, and people should know more about it. And I think that this is something that we should be doing.
Yeah, let me
to make the people aware of that.
Let me conclude a little bit, because you are Mexico based, or you are based in Mexico. You just told me you publish a lot online, but is there some offline happening as well? Is there some no, not at all. Okay.
No, I basically focused on online, and we do it with this social media target.
Yeah.
Okay. And it has been worked pretty fine with us, but we have to do more marketing in the next months, especially before we go on exchange.
Well, you will have a YouTube. You will have a Honkler Hangout YouTube video very soon. Let me ask you, Jan, is there anything else you would like to inform us about, or anything that we should know?
I want that people know that at this moment, this is very good moment to invest into cryptos, and I think it's also a possible way to rescue their assets before what is coming. Because I think what is coming is very tough, and investing in gold, cryptos, even Kiyosaki recommends people to invest in Bitcoin or cryptos. So
I always have my silver. I always show my silver on screen. Yeah.
There is something that I only want to recommend people, is that before they invest into any crypto, they should be doing some technical analysis or learn a little small basis of that.
And you mean how it works, or they should look at the coin emission, for example? Could you be a little bit more specific?
Okay. For example, if you buy Spice, go first to coingecko.com and check the charts. And you don't have to handle maybe the most sophisticated indicators, but try to chart to establish if it goes up or if it goes down, and select the entry point where you are going to buy, for example, the Spice.
Don't just buy the what people ask for it, you say.
Yes, the famous FOMO, no?
Yeah,
so I think
I guess most people know.
Don't buy on top, buy on the bottom. Basically.
Yeah, that's always people try. I try, you know.
Yeah,
it's always difficult.
And That is something that I recommend, and I also always recommend that people check what is behind every project, all these fundamentals,
Yes.
and all that stuff.
Okay. Jan, I think hearing what you have been saying, there is a lot of things in the pipeline for refund. I will put your project on the wheel so that
Thanks a lot.
from Sunday on, because tomorrow there's no stream, but forget about it. It's from the next stream on, I will have adjusted wheel with some refund on it. I think it's great when I invite people that they show up, because we had a little of a conversation 6 weeks ago, and then well, I invited you here, and here you are. And that is, for me, if I want to trust a crypto project, although it should be about not having to trust anybody, and I know it's not about a third party, but it's always good, especially with tokens, which are basically crypto companies. It's different than a crypto coin, at least for me it is. So if they show themselves and it builds my trust in your token, and whether or not you're gonna make millions for your community, I definitely want to speak out about the existence of your token. So I guess that we're gonna put the refund on the wheel, and then from next raffle on or next stream on, people can win that as well.
I want only to say something. I always recommend to people that they do their own research.
Absolutely.
Do their own research, because remember something, you can read a lot of things online, check a lot of analysis, but there is something important. It's also a game of probabilities. 70% is maybe that you are going to be right, but there's always that 30% that the market can go against you. So
absolutely, yeah.
Those decisions we have to make every day. And Yoshi, I want to thank you for this hangout.
All right.
And we really appreciate. And what I really want that hope that all this situation related to prices are going to get stabilized, at least in a few years. Well, I don't know when exactly, but
it's going to be tumultuous times ahead, that's for sure.
But there are options, and we have to make our decisions to ensure our future. That's what I believe.
Yeah, take responsibility for your actions, right? And don't think that other people are going to take care for you, because that is in the end how they are going to take advantage of you. And in the people that live in the West have a big, I'm born in Netherlands. I see it 100 times. People in the Netherlands have a big time dealing with that reality, because they are used to have a strong government that will help them with whatever problem they have. And I guess in Mexico it's already less, but
it's the same.
Yes, same.
It's the same.
Okay.
People think that the federal government has to do everything for them, and we don't want to accept our responsibility to do changes in our lives.
It's easy to not do that and to just close your eyes for it and say, oh, if I have to think about that, I will get depressed, and that's why I'm not going to think about it at all. But then if it goes wrong, you will be double depressed, so better to accept the reality that you live in, and that you have to take care of your finances.
Unfortunately, a lot of governments throughout the history, they have manipulated people that they have to find somebody to blame.
Absolutely.
And we, as a society or mankind, we want to always to blame someone, but we don't want to blame ourselves.
And here we go again on.
It is not my.
Here we go again on 9/11.
It is not my fault.
Because
it is not my fault. It is the fault of government.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, and of course
so
media.
This is wrong attitude.
And of course media. They have managed to really build a system where they can control the narrative in such a way, and people buy into that. And thinking back of 9/11, 19 years ago, the passports that were found, and the bearded man in the cave that was, pointed as the perpetrator of all of it. And we are very eager on blaming somebody for our misery, but in the end, try to look at yourself as well.
but there is one advantage that I see: the younger generation, they don't buy they don't buy that stupid stuff.
We
You
got the
know,
internet.
they they start to investigate more, and they validate more point of views on mass media, on internet. On internet, of course, there could be of course a lot of lies to be told as well, but I think people start to form their independent point of view, and they start to see the reality what is happening.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is something that makes me at least start to feel relaxed about it, that the attitudes are changing.
I'm always saying I always make a distinction between two groups of people in the world. Of course, you can make many groups of people, and it's best if you wouldn't make any group. But the one that I like to make is the group of people that have been born with the internet and the ones that have not been born with the internet. And that is a way of thinking that differs those two groups, where the one that has not been born with the internet, of course, is getting most of its information through traditional media like newspapers, like televisions, and the one that were born with the internet are using the internet for their information, and therefore there is a huge split in how those two groups see the world. And I notice it every day when I talk to my parents, for example, or stuff like that. And yeah.
Exactly. Do you know what I remember about the president of Liberland? That when he was detained in Croatia, he was they he was in a police station, and he told to one of the police officer that the concept of Croatia is in their head,
Of course, but that's
because we are used to that conditioning, that we are members of certain nation, and that we are in favor of certain nation or not, and we should start to feel like more like universal citizens.
now that you have touched the topic of Liberland, Jan, I need to tell you that, in my opinion, you can only be a president whenever there are elections. And since there have not been any elections in Liberland for over 5 years, I prefer to refer to this man not as the president, but as a dictator. Also, of course, what he says is really true. Every nation in the world has one day been invented by humanity itself. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, well, that's a big, how to say it, uh, idea that not a lot of people understand, right? No, Serbia has always been here, Netherlands has always been here. No, we made these lines in the sand, and usually what happened, we fought each other, and at some point we were tired of fighting, and that's where we made this imaginary line. So yeah, well, it's
Exactly. I remember when I went to New York in 1999. Uh, this is one of the most cosmopolitan city that I have ever been to, and I didn't go to the towers. I just went to the top of the twin towers, but I have seen them only at the bottom, and I just cannot believe that they are not there anymore. This is something that it's hard a little bit to recognize, but that's what happened.
yeah,
No?
yeah, yeah. Well, they are really not there anymore. It happened 19 years ago. That's why we have a memorial stream today. And Jan, I want to thank you for being part of it. Um, let's stay in touch, for example, on the Telegram, the Refund Telegram group. And whenever there is something interesting, please let me know. I will tell you about my special streams that are coming up in the future. And yeah, I guess we had a nice hour. I will make, once the video is up, I will share it with you, and you will get it from me. And
Thanks a lot. It's been a pleasure to chat with
all
you.
right, man.
And good luck to Honklers, and good luck to the lucky winners. Everybody should be there.
Yeah, we have
because
4 minutes left for the next raffle. So exclamation mark raffle in chat if you didn't participate already. So
see you soon,
all right, Jan.
Yoshi.
Thanks.
Great vibes to you.
Bye bye.
Bye. See you.